Hello everyone, today I'll be discussing about the zoom navigation transition. Along with that, I'm going to discuss about the scroll view updates that is going to help you to navigate to a certain item inside the scroll view. So let's create our project and get started with the implementation of this kind of an app that I'm going to show you here. So first, enter a product name of your choice and create the project. And let's see how we are going to build our UI. First, we are going to create a struct of photo that is going to contain these of two properties, a name, which is basically the name of the image, and then an ID, which is basically a unique UUID. Then we are going to create a struct of data, and we have passed here the static name of all of the images we have inside our assets folder of different type of space images. And next we are going to create another view that is going to load these images inside a two-columned grid view. So copy the code from here and let's see how it's going to look like. So here we are creating a lazy V grid, which is basically a vertical grid. And we have created two columns. And next we are going to iterate over data.gallery, which has all of the images that we have loaded from our assets folder. And we are going to present each of the item in the form of an image inside this lazy V grid. And next we are going to see that how the whole of the view is going to look like once we have completed the UI view code. So on the right hand side in the preview, you can see here that all of the images are loaded. Some images are going to be repeated because I have basically used almost 7 to 8 images, and rest I have basically repeated them inside my data to show you how a longer scroll view is going to work like. Next, I'm going to add a file here with the name of detail view, which is going to contain the view when we are going to click a certain entry inside this lazy V grid. So let's pass here an item which is of type photo, and next we are going to display the exact item that we have passed here by accessing its name and then setting some of its properties. On the right hand side in the preview, you are going to see the image that how it's going to look like once we pass here a static photo data. So this is how the image is going to look like once we are going to click a single entry inside the lazy V grid. We are going to move back to our content view, and inside the gallery grid view, we are going to create a navigation link so that we are going to move to details view with each of the item when an image is clicked. So continue with the code. So if you try to click on an image inside the preview on the right hand side, no image is going to open up. This is because the navigation stack is not implemented. So we have added here another element of navigation stack on the top, and when we are going to click it, you are going to see that we are moving to the detail image. Now we are going to add here a transition with matched transition source, and here we are going to pass an ID, which is a unique item ID inside your list or your scroll view. So we have passed here item.id, and then we are going to pass here a namespace, which is going to basically coordinate between the views when we are using a transition. Next, I've added here a certain property, basically how it's going to be presented. But since we are going to move to a complete scroll view, this is not that relevant. In the case of single images, it is going to work. Now here I'm going to use the navigation transition with the zoom transition. And here I'm again going to pass the source ID, which is my item.id, and we are going to initialize here another variable with the type namespace.id, which we are going to pass from our gallery view. So we are passing here the namespace from our gallery grid view to our detail view. And when we are going to click it, you are going to see that the animation is working perfectly. So it is zooming out of the view on the top of the view and zooming in when we are moving back to our parent view. So this is the zoom transition in navigation that we have implemented so far. Next, I'm going to show you how scroll view to a certain ID or a certain object inside your scroll view or list is going to look like. So here I am going to create a detail view with a scroll view because we are moving from two-column grid view to a single vertical stack view and scroll view when we are going to click a single entry. So we are going to change the look of our detail view here. So we are going to iterate over all of the elements inside data.gallery and we are going to show the image. And in the scroll position, I have set the ID, which I have created on line number 13, and on line number 31, I am basically populating this ID with item.id. So this is how it's going to look like. So when you are going to click it, it is going to change the layout of your scroll view. This is basically for the purposes of exploring further options inside an item that is selected, accessing further details or further images that are associated with that. I'm using the same images just to show you that how it's going to work. So here I'm adding a header text. So just to show you how the header is going to look like in such a view. So this is simple. Next, I'm going to move to the navigation transition to the bottom so that it looks perfect. So now you are going to see it that the view is looking perfectly fine. When we are going to click it, the zoom transition is working perfectly along with the moving to a certain scroll item. So here I am playing the code inside simulator and you are going to see that the code is working perfectly. So we have achieved what we are looking for using this code. So this is all. Do not forget to like and share this video, subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for further updates from WWDC 24. If there are any questions or queries, post in the comment section. Thanks for watching.